NLS Tutorial, Machines and Accessories, the USB Breath Switch.
Hi, I'm Judy Dixon, and I work in the Patron Engagement Section at NLS. In this tutorial, I'll be discussing the USB Breath Switch, a machine accessory used to operate the various buttons of the digital talking book machine. The NLS USB Breath Switch uses sip and puff technologies to send signals to the digital talking book machines to operate the various buttons and functions of the player. The USB breath switch is programmed to activate 21 predefined DTBM functions. The breath switch responds to both sips and puffs from the user and accepts up to 2 combinations. It can also differentiate between long, short, normal, and extended, hold for 4 seconds, duration, sips, and puffs. All components of the NLS USB breath switch come attached in a sterile zipper bag: the USB connector, the indicator light, tubing, mouthpiece, and a shirt clip. Also included in the shipping box are a pair of gloves, print instructions, and a cartridge containing audio instructions. The breath switch is designed to be used right out of the box. It comes equipped with an indicator light. During normal operation, a red light will indicate the detection of a legitimate sip. The red light will change to yellow when a long sip is detected. A green light will indicate the detection of a legitimate puff. The green light will change to yellow when a long puff is detected. The light will flash red to indicate successful transmission of a long or short sip or puff to the player. Connect the USB connector to the USB-A port on the side of the player. Then connect the shirt clip to the user's shirt so the mouthpiece is in the correct position. Turn the player on. Use the following commands to perform functions on the player. Puff to play or stop playback. Long puff to access the bookshelf in an advanced player or to access the player user guide in a standard player. 2 puffs to fast forward 5 seconds. 1 short and 1 long puff to skip forward until stopped with 1 puff. 1 long puff and 1 short puff to jump to the next navigable element. 2 long puffs to skip forward through navigable elements until stopped. 1 puff and 1 sip to decrease the speed of playback. 1 puff and 1 long sip to decrease playback tone. 1 long puff and 1 short sip to decrease playback volume. 1 long puff and 1 long sip to access book or player information. 1 sip to set the navigation level. 1 long sip to set the sleep timer. 1 sip and 1 puff to increase playback speed. 1 sip and 1 long puff to increase playback volume. 1 sip and 1 puff to increase playback tone. 1 long sip and 1 long puff to insert a bookmark. 2 sips to rewind. 1 sip and 1 long sip to continuously rewind until stopped with a puff. 1 long sip and 1 short sip to navigate to the previous navigable item. 2 long sips to move backward through previous elements until stopped. 1 long puff and 1 extended puff, 4 seconds, to access the advanced player user guide. For more information about using the USB breath switch, contact your local talking book and braille library.